Okay. Oh gosh.
Oka.
Oka. Okra. Say okra.
Again.
You can?
She said again.
Oh. Okra.
Again.
Girl. Okay, we're not gonna do this all day.
Right.
What's up, y'all?
Hi, guys.
My name's Johnny.
And I'm Rach.
And this is
a Young Milf podcast.
Yeah.
Ew.
We have the children.
They're back and better than ever.
We're back and better than ever. Always.
Always.
Oh my god, Romeo took a shit in the toilet yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
I thought you were going to say, like, you see my eyes? I was like, where? Wait, how'd that go?
It wasn't with me. It was with my mom.
Oh.
But yeah, she sent me a picture and I was like,
Okay.
I literally said thank you.
That's
like,
such,
with
like,
a question mark.
Side-eye emoji. No, but I feel like that's such a motherly thing to do. Like,
Look, he pooped in the toilet.
Right,
Like,
and
literally,
it's
it's
just
the
shit.
toilet with, like, a turd. Like, alright.
oh god, wait, my mic is like drooping.
Oh.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we upgraded. We got some wireless mics. They're not,
did.
you know, high quality.
No, but it's probably gonna sound a lot better than it's ever have. So
Yeah.
What?
I'm
So,
excited.
We're excited about
Yes.
it.
What?
Wow. Here.
It's so great.
Angel.
Okay. Can Callie draw too?
Yeah.
Callie, you're like stuck in my sweater, girl. So anyway,
Anywho.
so today we are gonna be talking about our lives probably over a decade ago.
Yeah. Which is, like, literally...
So weird to think about that, like, me sitting here saying a decade ago. Like, what do you mean a decade ago? Like,
I don't even know, like, who that person is, to be honest.
like, it's just crazy because I feel like I don't feel like I'm about to be 26. Like, in my head, I'm, like, still 17.
No, me
Like,
too.
you know what I mean? I just always feel that way every time I, like, look at myself or, like, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm about to be 26. Like, this is
Right.
weird. So when I'm like, yeah, like, 10 years ago, bitch, what do you mean 10 years ago?
Right. I feel like that was yesterday.
Literally. But, yeah, that was, like, a whole different bitch. Like, I don't know who she was.
A whole different era.
Like, who even was that?
I didn't even know you.
We didn't know
We
each
didn't
other.
know each other.
No, we went to different high schools, and you guys
Yeah.
didn't know. We didn't meet each other until we were like, what, 20? 19? Around that time,
20, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, looking back, like 13-year-old, 14-year-old me, it's just like such a baby. Hello? Please don't touch that.
Wait, she's
Callie. Like, what even is this? Watch her fall asleep like this. But yeah, 13 and 14-year-old me is just like, she didn't know what she was doing. I just remember specifically at that time in my life, I just remember a lot of feelings happening and being very confused and like, why do I feel this way about everything? Like, I was so insecure. It was crazy. Like, so insecure. Like, I have like these memories, like my mom would always go to Kohl's like almost every weekend. She was a fucking shopaholic back then. And I didn't complain though. And cookies? A cookie jar. So yeah, I remember being in like the dressing room of Kohl's and looking at myself in the mirror and crying. Oh my god, that poor girl. I just be crying. Like, I literally was so insecure about my body. I hated everything about myself. Like, it was such a weird transitional time. Like, and I also hit puberty very young, compared to like my friends back then. So such a weird time. A lot of feelings, a lot of emotions that I did not know how to navigate. I always have this like these memories of everything involving like body image for me back then. It was like such a big thing for me. And it's crazy to see how much my mindset has shifted over the past 10 years. Like, yeah, a lot of the feelings back when I was like 13 around that time, like involved body image and yeah, I was just super insecure about my body. Like, I just didn't like myself in anything. I would literally try to cover myself. Those memories are so like embedded in my head. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, like thinking about myself now and like comparing to then, it's just like a whole different person. And that goes for a lot of things, like during those teenage years, like those high school years, like thinking back to certain things, I'm like, I would never. Right. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I can definitely relate to like the body image thing. Like I've always been a very lanky girl. That's been my thing since the beginning of, actually not the beginning of time, because the beginning I was just very large in every way possible. But once I was like preteen, like hitting high school, like that range, bro, I was so lanky, and my arms, I did not grow into them until like later on. So I had very long arms, and I hated like wearing anything that had my arms out. Mm-hmm. And so like I would be able to like touch my knees without even bending over.
Oh my god,
yeah, it was crazy. And like it was the reason I started pitching in softball, because they were like, "You got some long ass arms." So like, yeah, I hated that. I had really big feet. I still have big feet. That's still a thing for me.
Yeah,
but the rest of me eventually grew.
You just have to grow into it. Yeah.
But I just like, I've always been taller and like petite, so like clothes never fit me right. And I just remember like being so upset. I'm like, bro, like why don't I have like an ass? Like my best friend was 4'9", 4'8", I forgot how tall she is. And she like looked good and everything, like ass was assing, like, but yeah, she was like this little mini petite girl, and I was like, why can't I be a little girl? Like I'm just this really awkwardly lanky girl that like is awkward and around people and like doesn't know how to hold a conversation.
That was so me too. Like literally, I was probably the most awkward person ever.
Like, and like maybe I wasn't awkward, but I thought it was awkward. So because I thought it was awkward, I would be awkward. Does that make sense?
No, I get that, because I would think about that, like thinking back to how shy I was. I literally like would be like in class, and like they would be trying to like pair us together for group projects.
I hated
when I tell you I would barely speak, and then like me thinking to myself, oh no, I'm not talking, would give me anxiety of me not talking and being like interactive, which would give me more anxiety. And then it was just like a cycle so I would just be silent, and I would just look like a really weird person, to be honest. Like it was just an overwhelmingly like anxious feeling inside of me, like a ball, just like I just wanted, that was it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can relate. And like all the girls that weren't like that, like I was like, I want to be her. Like why can't
literally
she just out here like everybody's her friend, like
that. Like it was it was a lot of comparison, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I would be comparing myself to every and anybody. Like I would find little things about myself that I just wouldn't like, and I would be like, oh, I want to be like her. I want to be like her. Why am I not like her? Like it would be anything, body, personality, anything.
Right.
You know,
straightening my hair every fucking morning. Like, bitch, I did not have to be up that early.
Because I used to be up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Literally just burning the shit out of my hair. No heat
makeup,
protected.
like packing my foundation on. Like
I did my makeup on the bus. I'd be there. Messing around.
Bro, I was so like worried about my makeup, like that I would refuse to get on the bus if it wasn't done. Like I was just so like, I'm like, if I don't have my makeup done for school, I'm so ugly. Like, right. And now I barely wear it. Sometimes, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. But I think back then, I think every girl went through something similar to that, honestly. Like, a lot of girls would probably relate. Like, we were just so insecure about ourselves. Yeah. That was a really big thing of, like, coming into the teenage years. Like, growing into our bodies, everything's new. Feelings are new. Like, you know, drama starting, you know, just like,
I kind of wish, like, I don't know, knowing as much as you do now, like, and being that, like, thinking back to that age, like, I wish I could talk to that girl. Like,
literally.
Like, if I could talk to all the girls that age, like, if y'all were just more honest and real about how you're feeling and what you're going through, y'all would realize you have more alike than different. Like,
literally.
If that makes sense.
If we all, I get you. Because if we all like didn't try to act like certain people, like, and just actually talk to each other back then, like, probably a lot of things wouldn't have started, or like feelings wouldn't even be there. Like, I don't know. I never really remember back then getting deep with another girl, you know, in conversation. Like I would never talk about how insecure I was or like how shy I was or like what bothered me about myself or like, you know, I don't think I had those conversations with girls back then really. So everything just kind of got like jumbled up inside of me for a very long time. And that's, I think, where a lot of everything stemmed from, because, you know, you try to just like act like it's not there. Like that was a big part of it. Like, I don't know, trying to hold your head high, but like deep down it was like, oh my God, like I hate myself. Yeah. That was just such a crazy, crazy time. Like, and then mind you, it's like all those feelings like happening, and then my dumb ass gets into a relationship at 14.
14. 14 is early.
How old were you when you had your first?
My first like actual relationship? I guess I was like 16.
Yeah.
I think anything, like, I don't know how I feel about dating so young.
I feel the same now, because I'm like, looking back, I would tell myself back then, like, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Literally don't do it. Because it's just, I don't think any of it back then was just even worth the pressure and like the overthinking and the stress.
Right.
Like we're babies, you know? I don't think any girl really needs to get into any type of relationship when you're a teenager. Like, I don't think it's even worth it.
Yeah, and like also adding on to what we were just talking about, like all that insecurity and just comparison and like just trying to figure yourself out, like add a relationship in there,
bro.
When these boys are literally little boys, bro, and maybe little boying, boying.
What, baby?
Let's just be honest.
No, because
let's be real.
When I can be so real about that, because like when I tell you how many relationships was I in? I was in what, three relationships in high school. From we're talking about from like 14 till I fucking graduated, bitch. So yeah, I found myself to be in relationships literally from 14 till I graduated high school, and I never give myself a break. It took a huge toll on my mental health. Like it was a lot. Like I think a big reason why I got into these relationships, because I feel like it like almost distracted me from my insecurities. Like holding on to a boy, like, oh my God, he likes me, like he wants to be with me, like I'm good enough, like, but no, like,
it was like the validation.
It was always the validation, and it would make me feel slightly better than I did about myself, but then it's like shit started happening.
Right.
The drama started happening. Like my first boyfriend, I was 14. He was like a grade older than me, and like he was just a player, honestly, just a player. Like I remember like being so head over heels, like, oh my gosh, like somebody actually likes me. Because, you know, all of like elementary school, like before I got into junior high school, like I think I got with him, this was like 9th grade. Up until that point, I was always a very chubby girl. You know, I never had any attention for boys. None at all. Always very chubby, stocky, like, you know, short, like, you know, unibrow. So I don't know. I didn't get any type of attention from anybody. So when one summer, it was a summer for 9th grade, I lost the baby fat. I lost the weight. Came back to school. Then these tensions started. And then, you know, this guy all of a sudden is like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Imagine me hearing that for the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was like, what? Like, I am? And like, it's coming from a boy? Like, you know, 14-year-old me was literally going crazy. Like, so, again, like I said, head over heels for this guy. Like, and this relationship honestly lasted about like almost 2 years, I think, which is crazy. But like I said, he was a player and I didn't know any better. And I would just like forgive over some dumb shit. Like him telling me that like he liked his ex still. And like, here I am just being so dumb and like, you know, just dumb. A dumb little girl. And the thing is, I didn't have anybody telling me that it was wrong. You know, I had no outside input from anybody because I don't think I talked to a lot of people about the relationship. I kept it very private, which also had affected me. Because again, I was so young. So I didn't have any type of advice from anybody about like, oh no, what he's doing is very wrong. He shouldn't be doing that to you. Like, you know, stuff like that. So relationships at that age, not a good idea.
Yeah. Let's be honest, like relationships in general.
Oh my lord. Anywho.
We won't get into it.
Yeah. Not right now, Leah. I mean, relationships are hard regardless.
They're hard.
But putting yourself through that stress is just not worth it, girl. Like, not worth it at all at such a young age. Like, you're just getting into your teenage years. You don't know how anything works, really. Like, you know, and then it's hard because then it's like maybe you're hearing like somebody's telling you you're beautiful for the first time. Somebody's saying I love you for the first time. And now you're manipulated.
Right.
And that's how it can be.
Yeah, sometimes it might not even be on purpose. Like, sometimes shit just fucking happens.
Literally.
Like, and, you know, someone later on might be like, damn, that was fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. But, like, in the moment, like, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It sucks when you're in it, especially at that age. Or any age, but still, like, when you're so young and the idea of, like, loving someone is like just
it's just like you're
so
starstruck.
magical.
You're starstruck, like, literally.
You're just like, wow. Like, I can imagine marrying this person.
Right.
What's that?
A cat baby.
Cat boy.
Cat boy?
Ooh.
What do you mean? I feel like we also have to bring up like it's like the adolescent mind in the situation. Like, you know, whether it's like us, like, you know, girls going through it, like it's also the guys, like our brains don't know what the hell is going on still. Like, so that's why shit just happens. Like, sometimes people or children at this age, they make decisions that aren't like valid, that aren't like you're just making decisions and you're not even really thinking about it. Like, you know, like I found myself in this relationship for like almost 2 years, I think, if I can remember correctly. I don't know. And then I remember like it just ended on, honestly, I'm proud of myself for this one, but it ended on me being done with his bullshit. I was out and that was it. And I actually, like, looking back, I'm like, girl, you did that. Cause he was a fuckboy and I was so done. I was so over it. My feelings it was just over. Like I just couldn't move on with this guy. Like, yeah. But then where I went wrong was like getting right back into another relationship, like literally right after.
Take off the shoes.
My shoes don't come off.
They don't come off. They don't come off, Mama.
Stuck.
Yeah, they're stuck. They don't come off.
So how long, like, in between?
Oh my gosh. Let me think back, because I think between like the first relationship ending, I had like maybe 1 or 2 flings, and then like I got into another one with somebody else. I would probably give it like 6 months, which isn't a long time at all. Like, I don't know, especially for like me being like, at this point I think I was like 16. Yeah. So we're looking at like freshman year, and then like it was like 10th grade, 11th grade-ish, somewhere around there. Yeah, like I just, looking back now, it was just not worth anything that I put myself through at all. Like I just wish I had given myself like the space and the time to get to know myself and to be with myself and be with my friends. And, you know, a lot of time was wasted, honestly. But, you know, I can't sit here and say like, it's hard. Like, I can't just sit and regret everything. But, you know, stuff happened. And if certain things didn't happen, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So that's just what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's like something that's, since it's been fucking 10 years already since since the age we're talking about, like, we've had time to think about it and like learn ourselves a little bit more to know that like we had to go through certain things to be who we are today.
Right. Exactly.
And, you know, sometimes that doesn't leave the best like impression on you. Like sometimes you go through traumatic shit that you have to heal from, but it's like our responsibility to heal from them. Like, And I don't think people realize, like, sometimes you go through hard shit because oh, fucker, I was getting into something. I was saying that sometimes, like, we have to go through really hard shit so that we heal from it, so that we can be the version of ourselves that we're, like, actually meant to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sucks in the moment, and, like, thinking back to, like, this now, we're like, it's just a memory. In that time when you're in it,
Right.
bruh, the world is over. You're done. Like,
Bro, you're done.
It is too much to handle. And, like, you know, you can't even, like, I feel like at that time you can't even really talk to an adult because they'll be like, oh, like, it's just, and it's like, I don't want to fucking hear that right now, bitch. I'm literally, like, my world is crumbling down. Like, don't tell me I'm overreacting, and don't tell me that it's just high school, bitch. I'm hurt.
Like, I think that's a big part of you know, teenagehood. Like, we were always overreacting to everything.
Yeah.
Big emotions all the time.
But like, if you think about it, like, it makes sense that we act in that way. Just as, like, our kids act the way that they do experiencing, like, emotions for the first time, so were we.
Literally.
That was our toddlerhood. Like, that was the next stage. Like, I feel like that's what it is, right?
And to think that one day they're gonna be like 14 is weird and crazy.
Weird.
But it wasn't even just like relationships that caused me trauma. It was like friendships too, low key.
Yeah.
You know, like, did you like have like crazy experiences with friendships back then?
So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it was necessarily insane. Like, I definitely did, you know, have friends at one point, and then I kind of stopped talking to them, and like kind of just did my own thing with my very small group of friends.
But it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just had, like, I like to say that me and my friends were like the weirdos. Like, we were just like the weirdos who had each other.
Yeah.
And we went through our own little shits, but, like, it wasn't anything, like, insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. But I know you had a different experience.
Yeah, sort of. Like, I wouldn't say it was anything crazy. Like, I wasn't out here fighting bitches, but like, like,
should have.
No, I probably should have. First of all, I'm like a very, like, I'm not confrontational at all. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never wanted to fight anybody, even though shit got really bad. Like, I just, that's just me personally. I just don't like fighting people. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, like, a lot of, when I'm thinking back to it, like, a lot of the stuff that happened, like, in my friendships were, like, just, I don't want to sound stuck up when I say, like, jealousy, but, like, low key.
High key.
Like,
high key.
She knows I told her a bunch of the shit that went on. Like, I just don't like saying, like, oh my God, they're jealous of me. Like, you know, I don't like how I sound when I say that.
That's what it was.
And because I realized it later on in life, you know, like, I didn't really what the fuck am I saying? I didn't really realize it, like, in the moment, but, like, years later, looking back on some certain situations that had happened, I'm like, these bitches were, bro, like, what? Like, y'all could have just said that. Like, I can actually tell one story that had happened, which is crazy. So there was one time, I don't even care that I'm talking about this. Like, I don't even care. It was so long ago. So there's one time I went to my, quote unquote friend's house, at the time for a pool party, and like her parents were gone, and it was like a big thing and lots of people there, whatever. And so she has a pool in her backyard, but nobody came with bathing suits at the time. So people just started like stripping and like getting in, not naked, but you know, getting in the pool, whatever. I think some girls were like borrowing some of her swimsuits too at the time. So yeah, I remember I was like talking to my best friend at the time, and we were up in the girls' room, and I was like, oh yeah, like we're in there, like we're gonna go in. And so my best friend, for whatever reason, she changes into one of the girls' swimsuits and she like goes down. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, because of course I'm the biggest girl there. I don't fit in this girl's swimsuits. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like go bra and underwear. And tell me why this girl came into her room where I was sitting on her bed, like about to get changed or whatever. And she's like, Rachel, I don't think you should go swimming. Like, I don't think you should go in the pool. And I was like, what do you mean? Why? Everybody's everybody's going in the pool. And so, mind you, there was like nobody, it was just me and her. Like, she had caught me when there was like nobody else around. Like, I don't know if she had talked about this with the other girls there.
Right.
I have no idea. And so I'm so confused. I'm like, I don't understand what you're trying to say to me. Like, why are you telling me that I can't go when everybody else in the house is going in the pool? And this girl, she goes, your butt is just too big, and I just don't.
What's that? What's that?
Like, it's actually crazy. Can you imagine somebody saying that to you?
Like your ass is too fat,
like,
bitch.
Like, thank you. Like, what do you mean? Like, she's like, your butt is just too big, and there's like guys here. Like, I just don't want, you know what happens when like, and she's like, I don't remember fully what she said. It was so long ago, but I remember her just sitting there trying to explain to me, like, she's like grabbing me, like trying to explain to me why.
Right.
And I'm literally just looking at her like, there's no way this bitch is telling me this right now.
Right.
And so, like I said, I'm not confrontational. When I'm looking back, I should have been like, bitch, fuck you, and like jumped in the pool.
Right.
But because I was so
took my
shocked.
titties out. You want to see?
Now you mad, bitch. Literally. So I'm not like confrontational or whatever. So I just got really fucking fed up, and I walked out her room, walked out the house. My best friend at the time realized that like I was leaving, and she was like, bitch, where are you going? Like, what happened? So I literally just started walking down the street, like trying to find my way home or whatever. Baby, what do you want, milk? Okay. Can I finish my story?
Right.
So, yeah, I literally started walking down the street. Like, I had, like, steam coming out my ears. I was so mad. I was so mad. Like, and my friend is literally, like, she's in a bathing suit, and she has no shoes on. She's chasing me down the sidewalk, like, literally. You know what I'm talking about. And she's, like, trying to talk to me. She's like, no, I just don't, like, I don't think, like, she meant it like that. Like, she's, like, trying to defend her in a way. And I'm like, are you dead ass right now? Like, she literally just said that shit to my face. Like, I was so pissed off. And I think that was, like, one of the last times that I, like, was around those people and around that specific girl. Yeah, because after that, I just realized that, like, you know, I don't think I'm really their friend, you know, like that was one of the big moments that I've had. Like, mind you, there was other times, like even times before that had happened where I was in this group of friends that I thought were my friends, and like that specific girl was in that group, and like we would try to make plans to go out, and they would literally leave me out because apparently I got too much attention when we came out, and they were annoyed by it. So that's something that happened for me back then, and it was honestly very heartbreaking, you know, because I'm in high school. Like I'm trying to find where I fit in, what my friend group is, you know. Yeah, so they talk about like the heartbreaking relationships and stuff, like when you're a teenager and how like heart-wrenching it is, whatever. But like friendship heartbreak was honestly, like, I would say on the same level for me. Like it hurt. I remember that feeling of hurt. Like, so that's something that kind of like wrecked my, like, I don't know. After that, having like friendships with girls and women after that was very like, it put me on edge all the time because I was really hard for me to trust anybody. And yeah, so I remember that clearly. Like, it's crazy because, you know, like you really take like stuff that happens to you like in those years, like it really sticks with you for a long time. It does. Like, I feel like I am just starting to like ease my way out of that time in my life.
But yeah, isn't it crazy, like, when you had friends at that age, you thought you'd be friends with them like forever, and like some of the people you haven't like spoken to since you left high school?
Unfollow on Instagram, everything. No, I'm just being real. Like,
what's crazy is I actually follow a lot of people that I went to high school with on Instagram. Did I just make sense that I went to high school with?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Did I just make sense?
No, you
I think I was just talking.
No, no, you said you follow a lot of people from high school on Instagram, right?
Yes, that's what I meant. I don't know what I said. We'll hear it back.
The crazy thing with me is like a lot of people from high school follow me.
No. She said, "Oh, you a Nicki fan? Am I a Nicki fan?"
Right.
What did she say?
I don't know what she said.
She said, "Pull up in the Sri Lanka."
That's me. No. No, see, like I don't like. I hate sounding like stuck up about it, but it's true because I don't like people didn't like me in high school, and I literally don't know why. Well, I kind of know why now, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. People would just try to spread fucking rumors about me and like call me a fucking hoe, and like I literally was probably one of the quietest people in high school, but just because I was fucking pretty ruined my entire experience. That's literally it.
Said pretty hurts, bitch.
No, and it really did. It really did. And like I said, I don't say that a lot because I feel like I sound stuck up, and I don't like that. Like, I don't know. I just that's what it was. And a lot of people nowadays like made me realize that's what it was. Like my friends now, they're like, this is why that happened. Like Keenan tells me all the time, he's like, you know why that happened, right? It's because like, you know, like people were jealous, and that's just what it was. And like maybe like they don't think that way now, of course, because it's like a decade later, but like still, like, you know, like I see a lot of people from high school, like maybe ones that don't even follow me, like be watching my stories and like just like, you know, on that weird shit. Like I don't know. Like I get it, it's Instagram, whatever, but like I back in high school for me really I didn't feel respected and safe and sound. Like it was just not a fun time for me. So that's why I pretty much cut it out of my life. So that's why I don't have anything about it like on my social media platforms. Like I don't, you know, but you know, I see people who watch my stuff from high school a lot, and whatever. Like I don't have no bad blood towards you or whatever, but like I personally just don't want to see anybody from that time in my life.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm allowed to, you know, if I want to see people on my feed, I'm going to choose who I see. So that's it.
Yeah, and you're allowed to like move on from that.
Literally. It's a different time in my life now. Like I'm not going to hold myself to there. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's like a big thing for me. Like if I'm like following you on Instagram, just know that I like you a lot.
Right.
That's a big thing for me.
Yeah. Also, that social media shit, like, okay,
whatever.
Like, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's really whatever. Like
people make a really big deal out of it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't
too
have to
much,
follow
actually.
me. I don't have to follow you.
Literally. And the thing that I hate too is like a lot of people, I've noticed now at least, like they be trying to do that fan shit. Like I actually had went through my following list and realized that a lot of people who I follow that most definitely used to follow me stopped following me. So now it look like I'm just following them. Like I don't like that. Don't make me look like I'm your fan when you're over here hating on me. Like no, I don't like that shit at all. So I'm gonna unfollow you back. The fuck?
Right. Like when you unfollow me, be sure to press remove followers so that we're on the same level. Like we know what's going on.
But I feel like low key. Sorry, I'm eating. But low key, some people like that shit. Like, you know, like they'll purposely unfollow you, and then like, you know, they kind of like that you're still following them, even if you have you don't even recognize that they unfollowed you.
Right. You know? I'm gonna find out though, because sometimes people pop up on my feed. I'm like, who is this? And I go to their profile, and it say follow. It don't say follow back.
Right. And you're like, what?
Mama crying.
I know, baby. And
wait, that's wrong. I'm not even saying the right thing. I go to their followers. And I'm like, am I at the top?
Right.
You know?
And if I'm not at the top, goodbye.
And I don't know you.
You're gone.
Sometimes I follow people that I know and they don't follow me back, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, if I truly support what you're doing, like, if you got a hair page, nail page, like, jewelry page, whatever, and you don't follow me back on that page, I don't really give a fuck.
Right. You're just supporting.
I support what you're doing.
Right.
And I love that you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Social media can get pretty deep, especially, like, when you're, like, interacting or trying to interact or, like, keeping people in your life from like, you know, years ago, whatever. Like it can get deep on that basis, but I don't even think it's really like worth stressing over like that. I don't know. The basis of it is, to me, like, if I follow you, just know I like you. But if you don't follow me back, I'm not gonna follow you.
But I think it's funny, like, growing up, we had social media, like, when it was kind of, like, starting.
Do you remember when Instagram was first there, like, how the logo looked and how, oh my gosh, I literally remember some of my first posts.
Bro, my first post that I put up was an Xbox controller. Who the fuck?
Mine was a Miami Heat logo, and I didn't even watch basketball. I'm not even lying either. And I put one of the Instagram filters over it to make it look cool.
Oh, yeah, no.
And I think, I don't even know where I got it, like off like Google search or something. I just like, oh, that looks really cool. It's going to make me look really cool. And I posted the logo.
How old were you when you made your Instagram?
Oh my God. 13, 14, I think, around that time.
I made mine 2014, 2013. Yeah. So I was, I guess, 14.
Yeah. I had, oh my God, what iPhone was that? The iPhone 5?
I didn't even have the 5. The first iPhone I ever got was the 6.
Yeah, mine was a shitty little thing.
Oh my God, I was so insecure about my phone growing up. And I tried, like, not to be insecure about it because I was like, at least I have a phone, but, like...
Wait, what phone did you have?
Bro, I had, like... a lot of them I don't even know what the fuck they are. Like, I don't know where barrel, like, where y'all got this donation phones. It looked like that.
From the donation box.
That's what it looked like. I was a donation baby. But I appreciated it. Like, don't get me wrong. I had a phone and I was able to communicate with my friends and, like...
Yeah. See, the phone that I had before the iPhone, like, it was like a touchscreen or, like, one of the touchscreen phones. It was from fucking Virgin Mobile. Do you even know what that is? Okay, yeah, that shit was ass. Top tier ass. So fucking laggy. Oh my God, I fucking hated that phone so much. And then the one before that I had, it was I think I actually still have it. It was white and it was like this long like thing like this. And it was a touchscreen. And it was my first touchscreen. But then if you flipped it on the side, it like would like slide up and it had the keyboard with the little buttons. Love that phone. That was such a cool phone. And
love phones like that.
Right? And then my first phone actually was like a square thing, literally like this size. And you could slide it up and it would have the keyboard. And it was like blue and black. Love that phone. But yeah, like, shit. I remember when Instagram was like literally like the first like types of social media that I had. I kind of did Facebook, sort of. Yeah, I remember I actually had a Kindle Fire before I had a phone, so I remember I had a Facebook on there. That was like junior high school. And fucking what else? Snapchat.
I was about to get into Snapchat.
No, Snapchat was wild.
Snapchat was a crazy time.
Do you remember when there was no like stories? Like, and all you could do was send a picture back and forth. It would last 10 seconds and that's it.
Couldn't save it. Couldn't have conversations.
I remember the little 10-second thing that would go. That was it.
You would see people's points and you'd be like, yo, why you got so many fucking points? Bitch? Who the fuck you talking to?
Right. And then we had the best friends.
The best friends?
Oh, no. Crazy. That thing. Oh, what happened?
I don't know. What is on here?
Look, 111.
Oh, nice.
I think the best friends thing like ruined people's relationships.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No, like literally, what?
Like, who the fuck is this bitch? I remember I be going crazy. I saw. Oh my god! I was a crazy ass bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. When it came to men,
oh no, like,
you will be dealt with.
It's the pointing for me. You
and I'm gonna be a crazy bitch. I'm not like that anymore. I don't think.
What are you doing? Did you see what he was doing? He had like this strawberry and he was like, what is happening? Yeah, no, Snapchat definitely used to get fucking wild. And
Instagram
like,
too at one point. Do you remember it would like tell you when someone liked someone else's picture?
That was, no, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. I actually have crazy memory. Oh my god. I have this one memory. I was in, I think, senior year of high school, and this was one of my last relationships, like before like graduating or whatever. And I was at a beach house with my best friend at the time, and it was like her aunt's beach house or something. And we stayed there. I think we went to go. No, I know what happened. Oh my God, we went to go look for. We went to go look for senior week houses. So her aunt was like, "Okay, you guys can just like spend the night at my house." I'm like, "All right, bet." So we're up in the room, and you know, I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I was checking the little tab to where you could
like
see
the activity tab.
Yeah, is that what it was called?
I think it was.
And I'm scrolling on Instagram, looking at the activity thing, whatever. I come across my boyfriend at the time liking like this girl's bikini picture. And I'm like, oh, got it. Nice. Right, baby. Good job. Red popsicle. Anyway, so of course, if any of y'all know, like, I feel like discovering something like that, especially back then, was just like an entirely drastic moment, like, terrible, like, thing you could ever do. Like, it's just, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. Like, I'm not doing that. Why would you ever do that? So, and the fact is, like, I like found out that way, you know, like you see their activity. And then that was just a terrible night. I remember I called him like screaming, like, I don't even know what I was saying, but like my best friend's aunt like came to the door and was like, "Is everything okay?" And it was really awkward because then we had like, I came down for breakfast the next morning and like her whole family heard me.
Oh God.
And I was just being. I was just being. I was just being a crazy bitch, to be honest. But I was valid. It was valid. Like, why would you ever do that?
I never understand that argument of like, but like, why does it matter? Like,
bro, and that's exactly what he said too. That's exactly what was said to me.
But yeah, no, I never understood that argument. Why are you doing that? Like, let's be real with me.
Literally,
what was the reason for double clicking?
Because you liked it, right? Because you liked how it looked. That's why you.
Let's just be honest.
Let's just be honest.
Right. Let's just be real.
Like, hello, we look crazy. Yeah. So I think I don't know how, Callie. I don't know how long after that, like they had that up on Instagram, but it disappeared. Like that, they took that away. I think they discovered that it was a bad idea. Yeah. So.
Very happy they got rid of that because I was already a crazy bitch when that shit was gone. So it's like, if it was there, you know. Yeah, it really was kind of an invasion of people's privacy for sure. Yes. But it's like, it definitely got some people caught the fuck up. Yeah. Caught up. Yeah. Instagram kind of does it now. Like when you know somebody and you're scrolling and there'll be like pictures that they like, but like will come up on your feed. So now you can get caught up that way. Yeah. But, you know. Yeah. I've definitely seen some people's like names under certain pictures. I just spit, I'm so sorry. Under certain people's pictures, like while I'm scrolling, where I'm like, you should not be doing that right now. Right. Like, you should not be liking this picture right now because I know you're in a whole other relationship, but I'm gonna mind my business anyway. Literally. Back then, like, those ordeals were just so life-changing. Like, they were just like trust ruined, you know? Like, social media played a very big part in that, especially because it was kind of like on the come up. Like, you know, we're so far into it now, but like back then, and we're literally just only like 14, 15, like, and we're like, you know, it's kind of ruining the trust in everything right now. So, you know, that's just really what it is. Also, can we talk about another platform? You remember Kik? I didn't have Kik. I was not a Kik person. Can I tell you why? One of my entire relationships that I had in high school, this man only ever wanted to message me off of Kik. And we knew we saw each other daily, and he refused to text me. You see how dumb I am? I mean, you weren't necessarily dumb, you just didn't know. Like, I feel like that's the difference between like being dumb. Yeah. Like, I feel like you're dumb
if you know.
When you know.
Yeah, I didn't know. But, like, I feel like I also could have known. Like, why is this man refusing to text me, you know? Because I feel like Kick was, like, a thing where, like, if you wanted to hide something, you would hide it in Kick.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Now it's, like, Twitch and other shit.
Right. Baby, what's happening? What are we doing? That's not a tunnel. I don't know where you're going.
Girl can't go back there.
Right. Why are you trying to go back there?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I might have been in some tea. Like, I was very quiet in high school.
Yeah.
But I just, like, I don't know. There's, like, this one boy, like, he was pretty, like, known. And, like, I don't know, he, like, I think he liked me and, like, he wanted to fuck me, but, like, I was a virgin, so I was scared.
Right.
But, like, he was the first person, like, I made out with, and, like, but then later on he started dating this girl. This is so crazy. He started dating this girl. And so, oh my God. This is so, I don't, like, think about this shit.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
just saying it because it's just crazy. So, yeah, so he started seeing this girl, and, like, she already didn't kind of like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I, like, went to his house, and, like,
things were done.
we didn't fuck, but I sucked his dick. So I might have, like, did something. And then, a couple times, and then she messaged me, and she was like, hey, like, I just want to know, like, I just want you to be honest with me, like, girl to girl, like, are you fucking with him? And I was just like, and he told me from the beginning, like, not to say anything, but when she messaged me, I was like, this bitch already knows. So then I was like, he told me y'all weren't serious.
Oh my.
And that shit just went crazy. And, like, thinking about it now, like, I didn't have to do that, but I don't know why. And then some other shit happened that just, I don't know. People, like, I don't even know what happened, but people started, like, snitching shit to my mom somehow because she worked at the high school that I.
Oh, that is so annoying.
That was another thing. My mom was present in my high school, like, security.
Girl, I could never. I don't know how you did that.
So I was constantly being watched, not by just her, but every security guard knew that was my mom.
Oh, Jesus.
So is Johnny getting away with anything?
No.
Absolutely the fuck not. So, you know, I was never a trouble student or whatever, but, like, you know, I did make dumb decisions sometimes, so I was always really afraid, like, my mom would say,
Callie.
Yeah, I was just always afraid of my mom finding out, honestly.
That's just, like, were you just on the edge, like, on edge the entire time, like, mostly?
Yeah, like...
Or did you just not care?
No, I did care because my parents liked to ground me a lot. And I was grounded during a lot of fun activities and school shit that I was, like, wanting to be at and all my friends are at. And, like, being really mad about it, but whatever. You know? But, yeah, I definitely did some weird shit. And, you know, I interact with girls who in high school, like, you know, we had our issues of, like, I hope that, oh God, Callie. I hope that they understand and, like, know whenever, like, I say any supportive thing or, like, I'm congratulating them or whatever, or talking to them, that, like, I'm very genuine with how we're having our conversation about, like, real shit. Like, I have a lot of those girls in my close friends, like people I wasn't necessarily close with in high school, but, you know, we all came from the same place, and, like, I don't know, seeing them go through their own shit too, because I'm in their close friends, so it's like, it's cool to, like, still have that connection. I think I do like social media for that reason.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like you grow up, like, and it being just, like, literally a whole decade later, it's like, okay, like, we're grown now, we can, like, talk about this, we can, like, you know, do all of that. But, and I like that you're like that, because it's like, nobody who did me dirty ever came and apologized.
Yeah.
That's the different thing. It's not even about the apology, like, but, like, you know, you're like interacting with like the people, whatever, like, you know.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever apologized for anything I've done or anyone else apologized.
Right.
I think
But
it's
it's
just
just
kind of
like,
just...
you grew up and you just know. That's it. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't come from a hateful... I've never hated any of them, to be honest. I've never hated anybody.
Right.
For real. Like,
right.
I don't know. That's just never been me.
Yeah.
But, like, looking back at, like, high school, like, you know, we're all trying to fit in, and we're all trying to have this, like, look of us that, like, people, like, I don't even know what that is. What is that called? How we're perceived.
Yeah.
We're very focused on how we're perceived.
At all times.
And so, you know, at that time, that's why the bitches was hating, and that's why they were jealous, because it was like, I want to be perceived as the bad bitch. Like, if I'm not, if she's out there, they're all gonna be looking at her, and then I'm perceived as just her friend.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, it's about how everybody's being perceived, and like, yeah, I feel that completely. It's just, looking back, I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's definitely been times where I'm like, damn, like, I definitely would, like, be her friend again. Like, I would definitely, like, you know, rekindle something that, like, didn't work out or whatever. But it's like, you know, for me, I'm not like, it can't be one-sided.
Right.
Now, there has been, like, some people who have come to me, like, in my DMs now, and they're like, you know, like, it's been all over the place, to be honest. I've had some people been like, oh my gosh, like I love, like, how far you've come and watched your journey and whatever. I love that. That's great. But then I've had some people, like this one guy, he never talked to me in high school, right? Never talked to me. We had a couple classes together. So at this time on Instagram, like, this is when I was, like, starting to get into my whole, like, body positive self-love movement, like posting more, like unclothed things. Tell me why this guy, he DM'd me, and he said something along the lines of, I just remember how you were back in high school. What happened? He literally said, what happened? Question mark. It's crazy. Like, and I don't even think I responded to him. I think I just left him on red. Because I was just like, what the fuck do you mean what happened? Like, I feel like some people, like, they'll portray you as one way, like, in high school or whenever they meet you, and, like, that's the only version they have of you in their minds. So, yeah, he said, what happened? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I just feel like people literally, like, have this one version of you stored in their minds, like, forever, like, and that's, like, the version they meet, like, at that time in your life, like, and then, like, you know, they never see you again. So I guess it's like, that's what he meant, I guess. But it's like, are you meaning this in a bad way or a good way? I don't understand what you're saying right now, because what do you mean?
Right.
And the fact is, like, he never spoke to me in high school.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like a lot of that had happened where, like, people really didn't talk to me because, again, I was very quiet, and, like, I even got, like, people thought I was, like, a bitch. Like, they were like, I thought you were a bitch. I'm like,
wait, I've gotten the same thing.
Really?
One of my closest friends, when she first met me, someone else had been like, yo, Johnny's gonna hang out with us today. And she was like, Johnny, like, the girl on our bus? And she was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I thought she was a bitch. Like, and so she didn't tell me this until after we were a friend. But she's like, yeah, before I knew you, I just thought, like, you were a fucking cunt. Like,
just because we were quiet.
Just because I didn't speak.
Right.
But it was like, I was like, no, I'm just shy.
No, that's literally it. And I don't know why that, like, correlates. Like, you know, like, is it giving, like, stuck up bitch, I guess? Like, when we just sit there, like do we have bitch face or
that's
something? That's how
we're giving, like, being perceived.
Yeah.
Through someone else. They're like, oh, like, she thinks she's too cool.
Right,
like,
but let alone it's like we're actually sitting there thinking, like, oh my god, I wish I was, like, the girl in the back of the bus screaming her head off.
Right, like, I want to be that bitch.
Like, but then it's, like, crazy because, like, looking back now, I'm like, I liked my little reserved self.
Yeah.
I feel like I held, like, because I was reserved and quiet and, like, I was able to, like I would just, like, observe a lot, you know?
Me
like
too.
Like, since I was so mindful of things, I would observe a lot, like, everything. So I always knew what the fuck was going on. I always kind of knew how people were feeling towards me because I was very observative, like, and quiet. I kept to myself. And, like, I don't know, looking back now, I'm like, I like that because I carried that with me. And I feel like now it allows me to carry myself in a certain way because I'm able to, I feel like I really do observe people a lot. Like, I do. Like, I will sit there and just be like, I don't know.
Always watching.
Oh, I'm always watching, bitch. I don't know. Back then, you know, it's like in that moment, I'm like, damn, like, I wish I was outgoing. I wish I was, you know, this, that, and the third. But I'm like, you know, being shy kind of like saved me from certain things, even though people took it as like, she's a bitch, she's a hoe, she's a whatever. Like, but again, back then it's like, that's just, you know, the adolescent mind. That's just teenagers being teenagers, starting drama, making rumors. That's just what it was, kid shit. Like, that was just kid stuff happening. And, you know, like, it's really sad to say that it did, like, cause me some trauma that took me a long time to heal. And, like, I don't know. But it made me who I am today, so I'm grateful for that. Like, I think you mentioned in the beginning, like, if we could talk to ourselves back then, like, I don't know, what's something that you would tell yourself?
I would also tell myself to stop fucking with these men. Like,
that part.
Like, at least don't make them your whole world, you know? I feel like it's just not the time.
Right, because they were our whole world. Like, they were everything in that. Yeah.
Like, for someone who was looking for validation or felt like she needed it, like, a man I felt like was going to solve my problems. In reality, he just added 50 more that I didn't even know I fucking had.
Right?
Like, don't need that. But, you know, I was the same way. I was back-to-back in relationships once I started actually seeing someone. Granted, I was like, I think I was 16 when I got into like my first like actual relationship type of thing. And then after that, I just never stopped until like, last 2 years ago, bitch. Like,
that's a long time.
Last year, I got out of a relationship. So yeah, it's a lot of time of just focusing on being with someone, like, when reality, like, that's the biggest thing I would tell myself is, like, focus on you, figure yourself out,
and
understand
you're doing
yourself.
That now.
And exactly, I think that's why I would tell myself that back then, because now that I've started to do that in my own life and seeing how even a year ago I was not the person that I am today,
right?
Like, I wish I did it sooner if I could, but I'm also, you know, fortunate enough where, like, I got to the point in my life where I made that decision to do it.
Make a playground.
Right, baby, you made a playground.
Because, like, that's the thing about when you go through trauma or, like, really bad experiences, like, that shit you'll hold on to it until God knows when. But how you, like, really try to heal from that and try to figure out, like, the emotion and the feeling that is attached to that trauma and, like, how you can help yourself through those things, like, when they happen in your life, that's, like, really hard to do, but that's, like, some real badass shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, being able to, like, really confront your issues, like, that's some crazy shit that a lot of people do not do. A lot of people don't do it, and they gonna be mad as shit a lot. They're gonna be jealous a lot. They're gonna be hateful, spiteful. Yeah. But that's because they hold on to that energy, whatever it is, how it's affecting them. Like, that's what they're gonna put out. It's like, I don't want to. That's another thing. Like, I guess I still carry on from when I was younger is like how I'm being perceived. Like, I don't give a fuck if you like me, but I also don't want to be the person that's an asshole. I don't want to be the person that, like, people can't come to or have a conversation with or whatever. Like, I like being the outgoing person, even though I am reserved at times. Like, I like who I am, and I wish my younger self, like, really embraced that more for herself, because I'm still the same person. Like, I will always be me, and I wish I appreciated that when I was younger, because that girl, shit, I don't even know where I would have been right now, bitch. I would have been somewhere way farther, but I'm on my way. So
right, you are on your way. I'm getting there.
I think that's the biggest thing I would tell her, my younger self, that I'm proud of her.
Right. I love that so much. Yeah. that's like a huge step, like being able to acknowledge, like, you know, what has happened in your life and like being able to, you know, help yourself through that. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on a lot of things you said. I think one of the biggest things for me, if I were to tell like my younger self something now, would be is to like stop caring about what other people think of you and don't let these men play you. Mm-hmm. Those are two huge things, you know. It was really a combination of both, like, you know, just like basically kind of letting people walk all over me. That's been a big thing in my life. Like I've had people tell me that has, you know, that they've noticed that about me. You know, people are like, Rachel, you let people walk all over you, and they're not wrong. It's true. That's what it's been. You know, especially when I was younger, I was, you know, I was shy, and that had its benefits, but also I was never allowed, and I never allowed myself to speak up enough when I needed to. And so that just led me, So, you know, that just led me to putting myself in like these positions where people would do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. They would talk to me however they wanted to talk to me. I never set enough boundaries for myself, and I think that had a lot to do with like respect for myself and love for myself that I didn't have yet. And you know, like I wish like 15, 16, 17-year-old me like had that like that voice, you know. I didn't find my voice back then. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm still, you know, shy today, whatever, that's just who I am. But now I feel like I'm able to speak up for what I want for myself and do things that I want to do and, you know, get that shit done. And, you know, like I have a lot of motivation now for myself and like a lot of determination. I also deep down kind of admire like the journey that I've been on since high school. Like I'm very proud of myself. I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me how proud of me they are. And like back then I always had a hard time when people would tell me like, oh, you're doing so good, like I'm so proud of you, because it kind of like clashed with like myself just not liking much about me. But now I'm like, no, girl, like you're doing the damn thing, and you have been like, yeah, you've made mistakes, like everybody has had. Like the thing for me is that I have always like found myself like dwelling on things. You know, a big part of me always thinks about like situations that have happened and like things I could have and should have said, or things I could have and should have done. And that would take up a big part of like my anxiety about certain things. But I think over the years, I kind of had to tell myself that it's okay to let stuff go. You know, like, because once you release that energy, like you were saying, like once you release that energy from you, like it's no longer holding you down. You know, you're able to bloom, you're able to blossom. But I think for a lot of years after high school, because of all the stuff that I had gone through, it was really holding me back from certain things. But I really do feel like I have blossomed since that time. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I would just tell younger Rachel just to know that like everything was going to be okay. And, you know, you're not going to be in this situation forever. Like nothing lasts forever, mm-hmm. You know, because in that moment, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy to think that it was like 10 years ago. Cause like, I remember just being in those moments thinking like, oh my God, like this is just so bad. Yeah. 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 I kind of want to bring it like full circle. Cause like in the beginning we were talking about, I still feel like I'm 17. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because, like, now knowing everything that we do and have gone through and, like, have healed from and learning along the way, like, you're still that 17-year-old girl. Like, regardless of if you're the same, if you've changed, like, whatever, like, you're still her. Right.
So it's like, as we get older and we know we become better versions of ourselves, like, just know, like, the only difference between you and that version of you is just time.
Literally. Yeah.
That's the only difference. Like, you're gonna go through things in life that are gonna shape you to be the person that you are, like, meant to be. I'm a huge person of believing in, like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
And how you, like, apply that to your life is up to you. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's like, that doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but
Right.
you know, one day it will be, and you're like, damn, like, who am I now?
Right.
Like,
but deep down, you're still that 17-year-old girl.
Exactly.
Always.
Like, forever.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. Isn't that kind of cute? Like, I'm still her. Shout out to her.
Real shit.
Remember that trend on TikTok? It was like, people would show themselves now, and they're like, when I think of something, I think of you.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's like, when you think of, like, your insecurities, you think back to, like, your child.
Yes, your childhood self. Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, I shouldn't be sad over that. Look at that little happy little girl. Like,
right, girlhood.
That's why I love kids for that reason. They're so pure.
Oh my gosh.
And unaffected by, like, anything.
Right.
Like,
no,
unbothered.
So unbothered. But it's very inspiring to look at that. It really is. And that's the thing, too, like, to think about, like, you know, we're mothers now. I know when I was 17, I had no idea that this was going to be a thing.
Right.
But, you know, as mothers now and now that we're grown, we're women,
right.
Like, to think that one day our children are going to be teenagers one day and they're going to go through the same, well, maybe the same things that we went through. And, you know, we're going to be sitting there one day, like, next to them, like, giving them advice or just telling them about our personal stories to make them feel, like, less alone or, like, whatever. Like, one day that's gonna come. Like, one day they're gonna be 16.
Right.
And it's gonna be a crazy time in their own ways, you know?
Right.
But it's probably just gonna even remind us more about our 16-year-old selves.
Right.
Yeah.
Something I always think about with, like, being around Romeo and Callie is, like, this is literally their childhood. Like, to us, it's like, I don't know, we're just so used to this being our lives. Like, to them, like, this is what shapes
them.
The beginning of them.
Yeah.
And, like, they're gonna think about, like, this house and, like,
playing together in the backyard. I'm gonna cry, stop.
Like, that's so cute to think about.
Oh my god. And then they're, like, gonna grow up and be like, oh my god, remember we used to be on the bounce house at Rachel's house?
Like, we're literally,
or, like, remember we used to be in, like, that room when, like, our mommies would be
right
on the camera.
Yeah. Like, it's so cool, honestly, to think about how, like, we're the ones, like, I don't know, affecting their lives in that way.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how, wherever we got to before we had them, like, and then them seeing us now, and then as time moves on, like...
Yeah.
It's weird. Time is weird. I don't even want to, like, get into that, but...
Time is weird. Like, I think... I always see this thing on TikTok, how when people talk about how, like, time is just this long, ongoing, like, linear, like, it just is on the same line. It's on the same timeline. So... maybe that's why we still feel like our 17-year-old selves, because we are.
Right.
Just, it's like you said, it's only time that has passed.
Right.
And everything that has happened, you know. What is happening? Ouch, my uterus. Oh my god. She's like, that's not funny. Don't push mommy, please. She thinks it's funny to, like, hurt me. Stop it. Don't do that.
I think of life almost like I can't even speak. I think of life as almost like a video game. Like,
yeah.
With every new level, there's a new challenge. You
right.
have to, like, get through the challenge, get to the new level. Like,
yeah.
High school was just a level.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Don't do that.
Yeah, high school was just a level. And this beginning of motherhood, young parenting is just a level. Like, one day we won't be
in our 20s.
We won't be young moms anymore.
Right.
Like, What are we gonna call ourselves? Wait, what are we gonna call ourselves?
I was just thinking that. I'm like, is
Gonna
this
change the name?
a Young Milf podcast?
Bitch, we gonna be young forever. The fuck?
Yeah, we're still gonna be
Forever
young.
young.
And also to think, like, you know, I don't know. There's probably gonna be more kids
Right.
at some point. I mean, who fucking knows? I don't
We have
know.
no idea what's next looks like.
Not at all. And to think, like, back then we had no idea.
Right.
I had no idea I'd be sitting here right now. Like,
I didn't know you. Like, we didn't have these.
like these things.
These living, breathing
Now they're
things.
like basically brother and sister.
Right, being raised together.
Literally.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how did we get here?
Oh my gosh. If you guys didn't know though, Callie's like obsessed with Romeo. Like
Mhm.
literally obsessed with him. Every time he comes here, she goes, I love you, Romeo. I love you. I love you.
Yes.
And she's so cute. She loves him so much. Oh, right. Oh, you hug Romy.
And he just don't be giving a fuck.
No, she's like so passionate about it, and he's like, no.
Right. He said, that's enough.
Right, that's enough.
Literally what he said.
Right. No, but it's just so cute. Like, I can't.
Right.
One day they're gonna be like 16 together.
Right. Driving around.
Right? We're like, what are
hanging
y'all
out.
doing?
Right. Like, hopefully hanging out. You know, I hope they have that relationship where they're like,
I think they will.
with their friends. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if like Romy or Callie will play sports. Like, we'll go to each other's games.
Right.
And, like, go to the movies.
Yeah.
Get ice cream.
Maybe like share the same friend group somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah.
I know. Because, like, right now, just, like, the way they are, like, Romeo's so mean to her. But, like, one day, like, they're gonna literally...
And Callie like doesn't care.
Right. But the thing is, he loves her.
Right.
I think something that I recently started doing is just, like, thinking about, like, embarrassing times or, like, fucked up moments and, like, almost, like, having that moment of cringe, like, ugh.
No.
But then being, like, you know what, like...
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think that's such a big thing for anyone to get through anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard, but one day you're gonna be like,
whatever. Everybody has embarrassing things that happen.
yeah,
like we all
fucked
been
up shit
through
that
it.
we've done.
Right.
But I think it's okay to forgive yourself, even if someone else doesn't. Like, you did someone else wrong or dirty, or they did something like they did you dirty. Like, it's okay to just be like,
whatever. Yeah.
once you let that shit go, like you said,
Just let it go.
you'll just be fine like a bird, bitch. You be out. Bye.
That's it. But do you ever like just like do you ever just like I feel like they always come to me when like I'm about to go to sleep. Like I'll be laying there and I'm like my brain just starts thinking about like shit. I feel like at the end of the day, like literally everybody has had maybe like or not even maybe, definitely relatable experiences as to what we talked about today. Like everybody's been through some shit, especially during high school. That's just been like a peak time for shit to go down.
Mhm.
So everybody's been through that shit, honestly. And at this point in my life, at least, like you said, it's nothing to be embarrassed about anymore. You live and you learn. You let the energy go. Brush all the negativity away. Like, that is it. Yeah.
Worry about you.
Yeah.
Like,
Now is the time to worry about you. Like, you don't gotta worry about nobody else anymore. It's about you.
to be honest, you never had to, but
Right. You never had to. You just had to learn that you didn't have to.
Mhm.
That's it.
You know, we just shared some personal stories, some things that we've been through, and like at the end of the day, like that's not you anymore.
It's not.
She gone.
Yeah.
She don't go here.
Who even is she?
Who are you?
Just know that, you know, we're grown-ups now. There's no point of dwelling on the past. Honestly, it's only ever going to hold you down. So the biggest thing you could do for yourself is just to keep growing. There's still going to be some shit that probably happens. You never know. All you got to do is keep learning from it and keep growing, and that is it. And live your life.
Exactly. Preach. Oh my gosh.
You're tired. Okay, we're wrapping up. Okay. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm pretty much.
That's
done.
it. We're done. We're done here.
You're done. We're done.
It's 1:00 in the morning.
Right.
Done.
Yes, we are done.
He said done. I like the attitude, Romy.
No.
Say dun 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 dun.
Thank you guys for listening, as always.
Yes, thank you so much. Make sure to give us a little review, a little 5 stars if you can. If you like to, that'd be nice.
That'd be so nice. We see where you guys are listening from.
Yeah.
I always check on it, and it's so cool to see how many places that you guys are from, like all over. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
right. So leave a comment and then put where you're from.
Right.
And then shout out to you.
Yeah. No, but I really do love doing this and just getting to like talk about things like this. Like, it's just, I don't know, it makes me feel so good inside every time we talk about certain things. So, and also we love the feedback. I love seeing the DMs, like you guys saying that you love listening to us. Like, that is just so heartwarming. Like, I love
literally, like we share it. Like, we'll share it with each other. We're like, yo, look what somebody said. Like,
literally, I'm like, this is crazy. But you know, Mama dance. Okay, I'm being called to dance.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time we gotta.
Well, long story short, we love y'all.
Love you guys.
We'll talk to you soon. You know, they're gonna dance. I guess we're gonna dance too.
I see her in the corner.
Romy dance. Romy, say bye-bye.
Say bye, Callie. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she's. What do you mean?
Eyes.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Say,
Ew.
He posed too. He's like,
Ew.
ew.